If you just ordered or just picked up a brand new iPhone, like this iPhone 16 Pro, you're probably wondering, how the heck do I get everything migrated from my old iPhone to the new one? So in this video, we're going to do exactly that. We're going to go through the full setup process of the new iPhone 16 Pro and migrate everything from this 13 Pro, including my apps, my data, my photos, my Apple Wallet, my phone number, and even my Apple Watch. And when we're all done, you'll be fully up and running on your new iPhone and ready to go. So let's get started. When you're doing a migration from one iPhone to another, there are actually two different ways, or a couple of different ways that you can do the migration. The first one is a direct migration, where you go directly from phone A to phone B using a direct Wi-Fi connection. The other option is to use an iCloud backup, where iPhone A is backed up to the iCloud, and then you restore that backup onto the new iPhone. Both of those migration options have been pretty solid for the last few years now, but I do still prefer the iCloud restore option because you can start using your new iPhone faster. When you're doing a direct migration from phone A to phone B, both phones are completely locked up until the migration is complete. So if you have a lot of files, a lot of app data, a lot of messages that has to move over, both of those phones will be locked up for 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, or whatever, however long it takes to do that. But if you do a restore from iCloud backup, it only downloads what you need to get started, which is very, very quick. And then you can start using your new iPhone while it downloads all of the app data and all of those messages and everything else in the background. Before we get started with the migration process, we are going to want to make sure we have an up-to-date iCloud backup. To do that, you're going to go into the Settings app, tap on your Apple ID at the top, scroll down to iCloud, and then scroll down to where it says iCloud Backup. Here you'll see a list of all of the backups that are on your iCloud, along with when your most recent backup of this device was. Mine was yesterday. I'm going to want a more recent backup. Of course, you can also see what is backed up from this device by going down into the list and finding where it says this iPhone. And after a couple seconds of loading, you'll get a list of all of the apps that are being backed up to iCloud, all of the app data. And you can see a list of all of those to make sure everything's selected if you want, and then you'll get an idea of how big the backup size is. We'll go ahead and tap on back and tap on backup now, just to have a most recent or a more recent copy. And it's saying right now I have two apps that are not being backed up. That's fine. We'll just continue. And that will use my iCloud Plus storage. And I know what you're thinking. What if I don't pay Apple for extra storage space? How the heck can I back up my iPhone to iCloud? Well, Apple actually has you covered. Apple will actually let you back up and store your iPhone's backup in iCloud for up to 30 days when you're moving to a new device. So for example, this iPhone right here does not have any iCloud Plus storage. So I can't even back up this iPhone to iCloud. But if you actually go to the process as if you're going to reset your iPhone or transfer to a new iPhone down here, you actually get the option to back up to iCloud even if you're not paying for space. So all you need to do is hit get started. It's going to tell you, here, we're going to give you extra iCloud storage space so you can get all of your stuff backed up so that you can move over to your new iPhone. Tap on continue, and it says right here that all of your stuff is now actively going to back up to iCloud so that you'll be ready when you get your new iPhone. Tap on done, and we should be able to see the progress right here. So right here, it's saying we're 18% complete, about 1 minute remaining. There's not a lot of data on this iPhone. But if you had a lot of photos, a lot of files, a lot of application data, then all of that will be backed up to iCloud, and you can use that to set up your new iPhone. So hopefully that will help some of you out there, and Apple will store that data for up to 30 days to help you with your migration. So if you order your phone today and you don't get it for a few weeks, not an issue. With the iCloud backup out of the way, we can start the setup of the new iPhone. But as just a quick reminder, you will see that when you unbox the new iPhone, you're going to get the iPhone, a USB-C cable, and nothing else. There won't be any power adapter included, and that's where channel partner UGREEN can help. These are some fast and fun charging accessories for the new iPhone that includes chargers, cables, power banks, and hubs. The UGREEN Uno charger 100 watt can get you powered up fast with a style you won't find anywhere else. The built-in TFT smart display breathes new life into your charging process by adding cool new status emojis to help show you the charging status. Like this cute guy just hanging out when you are not charging anything. This is what you'll see when charging a device, and when charging is complete, you get sunglasses to let you know you're ready to roll. The Uno charger 100 watt is super powerful with 1 USB-A and 3 USB-C ports, and is compatible with phones, tablets, MacBooks, PC laptops, and more. You can fast charge multiple devices at the same time, including an iPhone 15 Pro from 0 to 60% in just 30 minutes with the 100 watt max output port. So if you want to check out the adorable UGREEN Uno charger 100 watt or the full line of UGREEN Uno accessories for your new iPhone, you can save up to 30% by using the links in the description below. And my thanks to UGREEN for sponsoring this video. So with the new iPhone, we can actually get a little bit of help from the old one in the initial configuration, like the Wi-Fi and the Apple ID. So we should be able to just open up our old iPhone and we should be prompted to actually use it to help set up our new one. And right here it says, do I want to set up a new iPhone with this old one? Yes, I do, so continue. And then it's going to want to scan your face to make sure it's you. And now to pair these two iPhones together, we need to scan this orb on the new one with the camera on the old iPhone. So we'll just move it over there, scan the little orb, and now it's going to start moving some of that information over. It wants to verify who am I setting this iPhone up for, and right now I'm setting it up for myself. So I'll tap on Get Started. And now it wants to know the iPhone or the passcode of the old iPhone. So I'll go ahead and type that in right here. And don't judge me for using a 4-pin passcode. I know the security risks. So now what's happening is it's actually setting up the Wi-Fi on the new iPhone. It's letting it know what my Apple ID and password is, so I don't even have to sign into iCloud with my password. And that's pretty nice. The next thing it wants to do is actually transfer my phone number from the old iPhone to the new iPhone. Now, if you're in the United States, then you only have eSIM as an option. If you're coming from an older iPhone that has a physical SIM card, you can no longer pop that out and pop it right into the new one and be ready to go. You have to migrate over to an eSIM on the new iPhone, and that kind of stinks, but whatever. I haven't had any issues with it in the last few years. If you have one of the big carriers, AT&T, T-Mobile, or Verizon, that process will be pretty seamless, as I'll show you here in just a moment. If you have a smaller carrier, an MVNO carrier, you might have to follow a slightly different process, including downloading the app once you have the iPhone set up and then using that to migrate the phone number over. If that's the case, you're going to tap on Setup later in Settings. But for me, I have AT&T and I'm going to transfer the phone number from the 13 Pro to the 16 Pro using this transfer from another iPhone option. I'll tap on that. Now it's confirming, do I really want to transfer the number from the old iPhone to the new one? Because once it gets transferred to the new one, it's not going to work on the old one. Yes, I'm sure. I'm going to hit transfer number. Now it says I need to confirm transfer on the other iPhone. I need to follow the instructions on the other iPhone in order to transfer. On the old iPhone, it's saying, do you really want to transfer this phone number from this iPhone to the new one? I do. So I'm going to double click just like if I'm using Apple Pay. And now it says finish on new iPhone. At the bottom of the new iPhone, it says activating and it's spinning. And this could take just a minute or two to actually move that phone number over. And after about a minute and a half, the phone number transfer is now complete. I can tap on continue at the bottom. The next page informs you of Apple's data and privacy information. Just tap on continue. And now we can go ahead and set up Face ID. If you've done Face ID in the past, it's basically the exact same. If you've never done Face ID, maybe you're coming from an iPhone with Touch ID, then this might be a little bit new to you. We'll just go ahead and tap on continue. And right now it tells you what's going to happen is you're going to face the front-facing camera at your face, make sure your face is in the frame, and then spin your head in a clock-like motion so that it can scan all the portions of your face. Tap on Get Started, and I'll align my face. Then I just choose a direction and go with it. And that's basically it for setting up Face ID. Now, if you do still wear a mask frequently, you may want to do the mask setup for Face ID. And to do that, you just click on Next, and then you'll go through the process of wearing a mask and then taking off your glasses and doing a couple additional scans. We'll do that later in settings because I don't need that right now. It's letting me know Face ID is set up. We'll continue. And now we get to the transfer data portion. And as I mentioned before, there are two different options to do the migration. One is from iCloud, one is a direct Wi-Fi transfer. Again, I prefer the iCloud migration, especially if you have a lot of data to transfer. So we're going to tap on that. And now you're going to sign into your Apple ID. And for whatever reason, this takes a really long time and it makes no dang sense. Wow, okay, so that actually took a really long time. That took around 7 or 8 minutes to actually just sign in fully to iCloud. So that was kind of nuts. Hopefully yours won't take that long. And now it's asking, what all do we want to transfer over to the new iPhone? We want to transfer apps and data. We want to transfer all of our settings and screen time and alarms and everything else. I want to transfer my Apple Wallet stuff, and I want to transfer my Apple Watch right here. So most likely for everyone, we're just going to tap on continue because we want to migrate everything over. Now it's asking if I want to automatically install Apple updates when they're available. I usually prefer to update them when I'm ready, but I do allow them to download automatically. Do I want to turn on location services so I can use maps and other things? Yes, I do want to turn on location services. And now it's asking to input your 3-digit codes on your credit cards to add those to Apple Wallet. So just find those 3-digit codes on the back of your cards and add them. And that way, when you're done, you'll have all of your Apple Wallet cards in your Apple Wallet ready to go. The old iPhone is now saying that we're done with it. So we can just tap on done on the old iPhone. And now you can use it if you need to as you're setting up the rest of the items on your new iPhone. And it's telling us about the new camera control feature on the new iPhone 16 and 16 Pro. It's saying to open the camera, press it once, and then click again to use camera control as a shutter button. Okay, thanks, continue. Yep, got it. And now the iPhone is downloading the iCloud backup of this iPhone that we used to do the initial setup of the new one from Apple down to the new iPhone. And this is going to take a couple of minutes to actually go through the restore process. So we'll just go ahead and give it a couple minutes. But in the meantime, the old iPhone is unencumbered and you can use it to do whatever you want. You can doom scroll, you can search the web, you can check your email, send messages, use all of your apps the way you have been while your new iPhone is being completely taken over by the restore process. And that's why I like to do it this way, because I can still use my old device if I need to. It's been about 10 minutes and Apple servers must be pretty bogged down this morning with the new iPhone 16s. And as you can see here, it's almost done. The countdown timer kind of went up quite a bit and then it came down really fast. So don't really rely on the amount of time that it says there. And now we are into the first reboot at about 10 minutes. And there we go. The process has completed. So we'll go ahead and unlock the iPhone. And what's going on now is the iPhone is actually going to finish downloading the applications and data stored in your iCloud backup in the background. And right now it's just asking if I want to use this iPhone for my location. And yes, I want to go ahead and use that. Now it's asking if I want to keep my subscription to music, which is weird because I have Apple. Anyway, I'll just say keep subscription for now. And my Apple Watch is buzzing. It says to allow the old iPhone to unlock your Apple Watch, enter passcode. Okay. And for some reason, the Apple Watch is just spinning. Normally at this point, it would ask, do I want to transfer the Apple Watch from the old iPhone to the new iPhone? So we'll give that just a moment. So something interesting actually happened with my Apple Watch that I did not expect. When I was asked previously to enter the PIN number on the Apple Watch, what it did is it actually moved the Apple Watch from the old iPhone to the new one. I didn't have to do anything this time. In previous years, you would get a notification asking you if you wanted to migrate the Apple Watch from the old iPhone to the new one, and it would go through basically a complete restore process, and then eventually you would be paired with the new iPhone. So I'm guessing this is a new iOS 18 feature that doesn't require that anymore. But if you are coming from an iOS 17 or 16 to an iOS 18, you may still have to follow the old process. So just pay attention to whatever message the Apple Watch is showing on your wrist. So after a few minutes, you can see that all of these apps are downloading. There's still some work to do in the background, and that's okay. It's going to continue to do its thing. It'll download your photos. Your applications may need to be re-logged into. For example, let's see, yeah, so Threads wants me to re-log in because, security. People want to make sure that you're safe and secure, so you're probably going to have to re-log into many of your applications. Things like photos probably are not downloaded yet. That's going to download along with a majority of your messages if you use iMessages in the cloud, but you can get to phone and start using your email and whatever else. But other than that, that is how you do a full migration from an old iPhone to a new one. We transferred our apps, our data, our photos, our messages, our Apple Watch, our Apple Wallet, and even our phone number to the new iPhone. And for the most part, it's pretty similar to previous years. However, there were a couple of new changes like how the Apple Watch migrated, and I didn't even know it. So I'm excited about all the other surprises that I might find with the new iPhones this year, the iPhone 16, the 16 Pro, the new camera control button, the new cameras, and everything else. So definitely hit subscribe if you want to see those videos coming up. Plus, if you liked this video, you're definitely going to like this video right over here. You should check it out. It's a good one. Hit the thumbs up button if you liked it, hit subscribe if you want, and I'll see you next time.